What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 10 weirdest school rules you won't believe exist. Now before we begin today's video, I just want to mention my free $200 Amazon gift card giveaway I'm doing with a few friends. By clicking the top link in the description and subscribing to a couple channels, you enter to win a ton of free money, so make sure you do it. Just a reminder, the giveaway ends at the end of August, so enter now to be one of the first in. Also, let's see if we can get 5,000 likes on this video, but with that said, let's get right into it. Number 10, naps. Now I don't know about you guys, but I would have loved this back when I was in school, and apparently it's not going down badly with these students either. Basically, this high school in Mexico has created quote-unquote sleeping pods that you could literally go to nap between classes, just as long as you don't take more than half an hour. Like, I know it sounds way too good to be true, but it's actually totally working, and kids are even allowed to nap during math class. Apparently, the idea is that even if they were in class, they'd be too tired to learn anything, and seeing how many kids fell asleep during my classes, I actually agree. I mean, honestly, this rule just makes so much sense, but I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think people should be allowed to take a 30-minute nap in school? Let me know by leaving your thoughts in the comments.
Like so many American high school students, overprogrammed and under stress, getting out of bed is a struggle for Selema Graham.
When something big is happening the next day, it's harder for me to go to sleep.
The National Institutes of Health says teens need 9 to 10 hours of sleep a night, but only a third are sleeping 8 hours.
So you're averaging like 4 or 5 hours of sleep?
Yeah.
Are you tired all the time?
I try not to be, but yeah, it's just kind of like the normal now.
While many high schools have tried delaying their start times, several in Las Cruces, New Mexico are trying a new approach. Take a nap. Students can rest in this sleep pod until an alarm wakes them up after 20 minutes, the optimum time for a nap according to sleep researchers like Linda Summers.
Number 9, triangular flapjacks. Okay, so everyone knows food fights happen in schools, but I think this one might have gone a bit too far, since it made the school literally change the rules. The story is, some kid was hit in the eye by a flying flapjack, and instead of telling the students to stop throwing food around, the teacher said the cooks had to change their behavior. And so boom, the solution is now at this school there's a ban on all triangular flapjacks, and teachers have to bake square ones instead, because I guess that's supposed to stop people getting hurt. With that said, it seems like square ones will be just as bad, because there's one more corner to hit people with, so doesn't a circle make a bit more sense? I guess it doesn't matter, because if they're dumb enough to ban a food for being too sharp, then they probably didn't even think about making it not sharp or just telling people to stop being dumb.
When does a humble flapjack pose a threat of physical harm? Answer: when it's baked in the shape of a triangle. Well, after that incident, the school says it held a review of the shape and the texture of its flapjacks, and it's decided from now on the triangular one is banned, and the only safe shape for a flapjack is square or rectangular. But some people believe the school's decision was a little, well, half-baked. How dangerous would you say that is?
On a level of 1 to 10, 0.
So what do you think of the school banning them?
I think it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
Number 8, bracelets. Honestly, Japanese schools have so many crazy rules that it was hard to pick just one. In some high schools, only juniors or third years are allowed to carry school bags, and there's pretty much a blanket ban on dating. With that said, the weirdest rule I saw was about good luck bracelets, because kids are only allowed to wear one apparently. Now you're probably thinking, why does it matter? But the thing is, more than one bracelet is actually considered cheating. I'm dead serious, like if you're caught wearing 2 good luck charms, it's basically seen like trying to copy someone else's answers, so I guess make sure you leave one at home. Number 7, ketchup. Okay, I think everyone has had a school meal so bad that the sauce was the only good thing about it, but how would you feel if your school banned ketchup altogether? Like seriously, I know that sounds extreme, but France actually went one step further and they banned ketchup in every school in the country. Basically, the idea is that kids are drowning all their food in it, so they never actually learned to like French food, and apparently they just didn't like that. Honestly, the whole thing seems pretty crazy, but my biggest question is, did they ban mustard too, or was it only ketchup? Like, if you ask me, that's pretty important. Number 6, genders. Okay, so I'll admit, this story does sound crazy at first, but at least it makes a bit more sense once you hear the backstory. Basically, this school went viral when it told its teachers to call the kids quote-unquote purple penguins instead of boys and girls, but that isn't really the whole story. What they actually meant was to call their kids by their class names, which could basically be anything, including purple penguins. In my opinion, it's a pretty sweet idea, but it does sound extremely ridiculous on paper, which is probably why every major news site got a hold of it. Number 5, clapping. Now I know kids make a lot of noise, but you would think that screaming and yelling is a bigger problem than just clapping in assemblies, which is what this school apparently decided to ban. To be fair, they had a teacher with ear problems who literally couldn't handle the noise, and they did give kids other things to do instead of clap, but still, how could you ban clapping? Like, am I the only one who thinks it's kind of necessary sometimes for an applause, like during a presentation or school pep rally? I guess not. Number 4, free toys. Okay, now this is really more of a tradition than a rule, but to be honest, I think it's pretty sweet all the same. So basically, kids in Germany are given a cone on the first day of school, and it's filled with a ton of candy and toys for them to bring into class. I mean, sounds pretty sweet, right? Well, the thing is, there are a lot of refugee kids in Germany, and obviously their parents don't really know about the traditions, or their kids don't have a cone to hold. Well, what's kind of cool is charities have been getting together to make cones for the refugee kids who don't get one, so at least everyone has a chance to get one. Number 3, red ink. Honestly, when it comes to kids' work, what you say is probably more important than what color you write in, but not every school seems to think so. I mean, the school in the UK literally banned writing in red pens when marking exams because apparently it was too much of a negative color. So now they write in green and students respond in purple, which if I'm being real, I think is probably way more confusing. Whatever though, if it works, and at least no kids have to see a giant red F at the top of their page anymore. I mean, at the same time though, in the United States, when you have to write in a certain format like MLA, you can only use blue and black pens, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Number 2. Okay, I'm pretty sure every kid has pretended they had to go to the bathroom to get out of class at least once, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the way to fix the issue. Basically, this teacher told their students that they only had 3 bathroom passes to use for the whole week. Now, we're not told how old the kids are, so I have no idea whether this is like elementary school or high school, but either way, that seems like it just wouldn't work. I mean, what if a kid needs to go more than 3 times? Actually, you know what? Don't answer that, I don't want to know. Number 1, touching. Now, most schools have a rule against shoving or fighting, and I know some that have rules about hand-holding too, but what about banning hugs, linking arms, or even high fives? I know it sounds totally extreme, but this school banned touching completely, apparently to teach kids about respecting personal space. I mean, obviously, if anything, this rule totally does the opposite, and parents seem to think so too. Like seriously, schools need to stop going around and banning a bunch of stuff they don't like, because it's just gonna ruin the experience for so many people.
Kyle, what's happened here? On Friday, kindergarten students were given a letter to give their parents saying there's now a no touching policy in place. This is after teachers claim there was some roughhousing, some students were getting injured. So there's now no touching. In effect, this means no tag, no holding hands, and there's a zero tolerance policy here. If a student breaks the rules, they may have to sit out of playtime or be sent to the office. I've spoken to a couple parents this morning who say they're outraged by this.
Administrators say a committee of parents approved the no hugging policy years ago, and there aren't any plans to change it anytime soon.
And there's our video on the top 10 weirdest school rules you won't believe exist. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you're your own top 5 or top 10 ideal, feel free to use our extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.